Well, hello everybody. How you doing out there? My name is B.I. Shaka. My friends call me Bill. You do the same. I've been asked today to share 5 success strategies in a particular topic that I feel comfortable in sharing. You know, I've always been a bit of a rule breaker, and I'm going to break this rule too because I'm not going to share 5 strategies with you. I'm going to share 7 strategies with you. I'm going to share 7 strategies with you on how to increase your level of personal leadership effectiveness. 7 strategies on how to increase your level of personal leadership effectiveness. You know, ladies and gentlemen, every single day we enter the world to solve problems. We go into our coping strengths and we do what we can to figure out what we need to do to solve whatever problems are out there, to take care of whatever issues are out there. And our coping strengths start to be depleted. Now, obviously, we have to continue to use the same strengths that we've used in the past, but we should also add new strengths. We should also add new coping skills, things that we can do to greater enhance our effectiveness, greater increase our ability to solve problems and to be more effective. That's why I want to share with you 7 successful strategies for increasing your personal level of personal leadership. The first is this: get serious. What do I mean by that? Well, you know, I believe that life is fun, so why shouldn't it be funny? And I believe that. However, we need to get serious about life. And by that I mean understand that this is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a practice. This is not a scrimmage. This is the Super Bowl. This is Broadway. We are on stage right now. And every single day is the next day that we need to make a valuable contribution to society, to the world, and to ourselves. Get serious. Understand that what is the best person in your field doing right now? Are you doing it? Something to think about. Get serious. How do you spend your time? That's how we know we are serious about life. We're serious about our career. We're serious about increasing our ability to enhance our skills. Number 1, get serious. Number 2, get coaches. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, the very brightest, very smartest people in the entire world took exactly what they did to become successful. And this has been going on for 4,000 years of recorded history. All we have to do is pick up those books and read them. But I heard a very interesting statistic that it's more likely that a person will pick up and eat a ton of donuts in the 10 years that they're out of college than pick up a book and read it from cover to cover. Why would we do that? Why wouldn't we use all of the coaching material available to us? Why wouldn't we look for mentors, for people who are looking out for us, people who want to help us in all different fields? They're out there. Get coaches, individuals that want to assist you. And by the same token, I'm going to give you a negative aspect of that. Be careful of the people that you're hanging around with. Beware of the law of emotional gravity. It's easier for a pessimist to bring an optimist down than it is for an optimist to bring a pessimist up. If you think that you are going to save the world by hanging around negative individuals all the time and try to resurrect their attitude, good luck. The first success strategy in developing greater effective personal leadership: get serious. The second, get coaches. The third, get committed to lifelong learning. As I said in the coach side of it, the smartest people in recorded history have written down exactly what they've done. All we have to do is read it. But how many of us really sharpen our saw every day in fields outside of our chosen field? Now, granted, we should be developing in our field every single day. But what about outside our field? Commitment to lifelong learning does not necessarily mean only concentrating on one specific aspect of life. Do you know, there's 2 parts to this. The first part is this: individuals think that after a particular field of study, they don't have to study anymore. They graduate college, they stop learning. There's a reason why your graduation at college is called a commencement. Commencement means, it's a verb that means to begin. It means you got your ticket punched. Now you've got to go out there and do what you need to do. So there is a necessity to lifelong learning. But also, in other areas, when you take a concept from a different area than your chosen field and you mix it with your chosen field, bam, you know what that's called? Innovation. Get committed to lifelong learning. Competence breeds confidence. That confidence will breed more competence. Formal education will get you a job. Lifelong education will make you wealthy. So, first, success strategy for gaining greater personal leadership effectiveness. Get serious. Number 2, get coaches. Number 3, get committed to lifelong learning. Number 4, work harder. What do I mean by that, work harder? Like we aren't working enough already? Well, I worked in my uncle's bakery since I was 9 years old. And my Uncle Joe was a really, really interesting character. One time he called me over and said, Bill, come here. So I came over and said, what's up, Uncle? He said, how many years you been in college? I said, well, I'm almost done with my master's degree, so I guess it's right now it's about 7 years. Interesting. He said, you spend a lot of time in college. Let me ask you a mathematical question. So go ahead. I said, how much harder does somebody who works 10 hours work than somebody who works 9 hours? I thought, well, I guess depending on however you want to do the math, it's 10% or it's 11% or thereabouts. And he said, no, that's not right. I said, well, what's the answer? He said, the person that works 10 hours works twice as hard as the person that works 9 hours. Well, I said, Uncle John, I'm certainly not privy to your breadth and depth of your 4th grade education. Please explain that to me. He said, it's easy. The first 8 hours don't count. They even work 8 hours at the post office. It's the 9th hour and the 10th hour. That's what starts to count. Those particular times start to count. Consequently, the first 8 hours is what you get paid for. Any time after that is what you are developing into. Uncle Joe didn't quite put it like that, but sage advice from somebody who never even graduated from grammar school, yet I remember this 30 years later. Very, very interesting concept. Work harder. Number 5, try something new, try something different. Too many times we are afraid to step outside of our comfort zone. By definition, our comfort zone is this psychological boundary, and as long as we behave within it, we feel comfortable. As soon as we step outside of it, we feel, by definition, uncomfortable. Yet it is feeling uncomfortable that allows us to grow. Consequently, as we behave outside of our comfort zone, that particular aspect of our behavior we begin to feel comfortable with, and other aspects of our behavior that we did not even try to grow and develop into, we are now feeling comfortable with. Here's a mantra that I use as an affirmation, something that I share with all my students. Successful people are people that live at the edge of their comfort zone. Successful people feel comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Think about it. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. It means they feel comfortable feeling uncomfortable. First aspect of leadership, of personal leadership effectiveness, get serious. 2nd, get coaches. 3rd, get committed to lifelong learning. 4th, work harder. 5, try something different. The 6th aspect to actually increase your level of personal leadership. Belief in yourself. Have belief that you have the ability to solve the problems, to get through the difficulties of life, and to do what you need to do to become even more effective. Belief in yourself. This is not an unusual circumstance. Many successful people have huge belief in themselves. And here's the way it starts. Because understand this, belief is learned. You don't read about belief and have more belief in yourself. You practice it and you learn it. And here's what happens at the beginning of a process when you don't think you can do something. This big internal mouth screams inside you, disbelief! But as you continue working through that internal editor, that internal mouth goes from disbelief to disbelief. And if we continue the process, it goes then from belief, and eventually we begin to believe in ourselves. That's how you develop belief. Number 1, get serious. Number 2, get coaches. Number 3, get committed to lifelong learning. Number 4, work harder. Number 5, try something new. Number 6, belief. Number 7, the final aspect of personal leadership, personal responsibility. Take personal responsibility for your actions. When you do something right, put your shoulder out and say, go ahead, give me a pat on the shoulder. I deserve it. I did that. When you do something wrong, say, I take responsibility for that. I will change what I need to change. I will do what I need to do to make things better. And that's personal responsibility. I want to keep this to under 10 minutes. Number 1, get serious. Number 2, get coaches. Number 3, get committed to lifelong learning. Number 4, work harder. Number 4, try something new. Number 6, belief. And number 7, personal responsibility. And we are at the 10-minute mark right now. This is Bill Shaka saying, I hope you're hitting your goals.